Hello and welcome to another episode of AWS Cloud Bytes News. I'm your host Bhavesh Kumar. My apologies for delay in publishing at a regular interval due to hectic schedule at my day job. Friends, if you like these videos, please like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell icon for future updates. Also comment on topics that you want me to cover for our architecture and certification series. Let's look at our first news. AWS Elemental MediaLive adds encoding for Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision. AWS Elemental MediaLive is a broadcast-grade live video processing service. It lets you create high-quality live video streams for delivery to broadcast on televisions and internet-based multi-screen devices. You can now use AWS Elemental MediaLive to encode Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision in your channel. Dolby Atmos allows creative control over the placement and movement of each sound, helping them create a rich and layered spatial experience. With greater precision and detail than traditional surround sound mixing, creators can now fine-tune their perfect mix. Dolby Vision builds on standard HDR by capturing visual information frame by frame. The visual information is called dynamic metadata, which consistently optimizes the brightness and color information of every frame. MediaLive supports the 8.1 profile of Dolby Vision, which includes this dynamic metadata and is also compatible with HDR10. Let's move on to the next news. AWS Fargate increases compute and memory resource configuration by 4 times. AWS Fargate allows to configure Amazon Elastic Container Service (ECS) task and Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service (EKS) pods to use up to 16 virtual CPUs, an approximately 4 times increase from before. Virtual CPUs are the primary compute resources in ECS and EKS pods. Larger vCPUs enable compute-heavy applications such as machine learning inferences, scientific modeling, and distributed analytics to more easily run on Fargate. To take benefit of new capacity, simply create a new task definition or pod specification with the new requirements or update existing one and relaunch. Note, increased vCPUs and memory configurations requires the use of Fargate's vCPU-based service quotas. As of now, AWS China and AWS Cloud US may not have this capacity rolled out. Moving on to next news. Announcing AWS PrivateLink support for AWS Panorama. AWS Panorama is a collection of machine learning devices and a software development kit (SDK) that brings computer vision to on-premise Internet Protocol cameras. Using panoramas, companies can use compute power at the edge without streaming videos to the cloud to improve their day-to-day operations. AWS PrivateLink provides private and encrypted connectivity between customers' VPCs and the AWS services such as AWS Panorama without requiring your traffic to ever leave the AWS network. AWS customers can now use AWS PrivateLink to access AWS Panorama from their Amazon VPC without using a public endpoint and without requiring the traffic to traverse the internet. You no longer need to use an internet gateway, NAT device, or firewall proxies to connect to AWS Panorama. Moving on to next news. SageMaker supports incremental training for Jumpstart models. Amazon SageMaker Jumpstart helps you quickly and easily solve your machine learning problems with one-click access to more than 300 popular model collections. The available model can be used for a wide range of machine learning tasks, including image classification, object detection, semantic or instance segmentation, image or text embedding, text or sentence pair classification, question answering, text summarization, text generation, machine learning, tabular classification, and tabular regression. Training machine learning models with large data sets can take a long time. With this change, customers can incrementally train all the Jumpstart trained models with new data without training from scratch. The incremental training capability is available through SageMaker Jumpstart UI inside the SageMaker Studio, as well as through Python code using SageMaker Python SDK. Amazon SageMaker Jumpstart is available in all regions where Amazon SageMaker Studio is available. Moving on to next news. RDS support for publishing events to encrypted Amazon SNS topics. Amazon Relational Database Service, or Amazon RDS, can now publish events to Amazon SNS simple notification service topic that have server-side encryption enabled for additional protection of events that carry sensitive data. Amazon RDS groups events into categories that you can subscribe to so that you can be notified when an event in that category occurs, enabling routing and automation. When you publish message to encrypted topics, Amazon SNS immediately encrypts your message. The encryption takes place on the server using 256-bit AES GCM algorithm, and the encryption key managed by the AWS Key Management Service, or AWS KMS for short. The messages are stored in encrypted form in multiple availability zones and decrypted only as they are delivered to subscribing endpoints. Moving on to next news. Amazon Route 53 announces IP-based routing for DNS queries. You can see a picture of DNS routing, how it is done. AWS launched IP-based routing for Amazon Route 53. It was launched somewhere around 2 months back. Route 53 provides customers with multiple routing options such as geolocation routing, geoproximity routing, latency-based routing, and weighted routing to route their end users to optimal endpoints. The addition of IP-based routing empowers customers to fine-tune their DNS routing approach based on the CIDR block that the query originating IP address belongs to, allowing them to leverage knowledge of their end-user base to optimize performance or network transit costs. You can now route end users within certain ISP or Internet Service Provider network to specific endpoints such as CDNs. Route 53 IP-based routing is now GA in all AWS commercial regions and in AWS China. Moving on to next news. Elastic Disaster Recovery supports multiple stage and target accounts. AWS Elastic Disaster Recovery, or DRS, has added support for multiple staging and target accounts. Today, you can replicate and protect up to 300 source servers per AWS region. Using multiple staging and target accounts, you can now also recover up to 3,000 replicating source servers into any target AWS account. This feature makes disaster recovery setup, implementation, monitoring easier and more efficient, especially for large-scale projects. This separation that can be useful for many purposes, including security, billing, and project management. Elastic Disaster Recovery is the recommended service for disaster recovery to AWS. It minimizes downtime and data loss with fast, reliable recovery of on-premises and cloud-based applications using affordable storage, minimal compute, and point-in-time recovery. Moving on to the next news. Amazon EBS support elastic volume and fast snapshot restore. You can now use Amazon Volume to dynamically increase the capacity and tune the performance of your IO2 block express volumes with no downtime or performance impact in the same manner as other EBS volumes. You can now also create a fully initialized IO2 block express volume from a fast snapshot restore, or FSR for short, enabled snapshot. Volumes that are created from FSR-enabled snapshots instantly deliver their provisioned performance. You can manage IO2 volumes using AWS Management Console, the AWS CLI, or AWS SDKs. You can also use Amazon Data Lifecycle, or DLM Manager, to automatically create and manage FSR-enabled snapshots of your IO2 block express volumes. This is the end of the episode. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell icon for future updates. This is your host Bhavesh Kumar signing off. Thank you.